Does God exist? And what atheists get wrong. What atheists are attempting to do as of late, and as it relates to redefining the term atheism, is no different than individuals who wish to redefine what a woman is. The attempt to adjust the definition of atheist is no more than an empty attempt to alleviate themselves of the positive claim that the very term atheist point towards to, that there is no God. On each episode of Justified, I attempt to convey a truth and provide evidence for why I believe what I believe. My attempt is to always do it in love. Now, even though today's topic is one that I vigorously disagree with, my attempt is going to do it in love. If you listen to this without bias and not defensively, I believe we can get somewhere with this conversation, even if it is just simply disagree. Today's episode has to deal specifically with defining terms. Let me start first with this disclaimer. No, I am not saying that all atheists believe these things. I'm simply offering an opposing view to common views and arguments. I want to first address the title. There has been an attempt as of late to change the definition of atheist. The redefining is in response to questions they cannot intellectually, honestly answer and be consistent. In philosophical terms, if they're being intellectually honest, the conclusion that they would have to come to is not what they want to, so they have to redefine the terms in order for the conclusion to fit their narrative. Sound familiar? So they adjust the definition to better suit their beliefs, and that allows them to retain the assumed prestige of the title atheist. Let's define the term to get a better understanding of what am I actually saying. The term atheist is of Greek etymology. It is atheo. It comes from the Greek, and its roots meaning is theos, meaning God, and meaning none, a lack of. Not all words are built like this or work like this, but the etymology of this one does. So by strict etymology, the term should stand for no God. And those who place themselves under this title are saying there is no God. And that is perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. If they're going to hold to that belief, that is their right. I firmly believe that you have the right to believe whatever you want to believe, but you have to be intellectually honest. If you're going to affirm atheists, stand firm that what you are saying is that there is no God. With that, though, atheists also understand that they are making a positive claim in which now they must provide evidence for. If you are saying that there is no God, provide evidence for the non-existence of God. And don't be in my comments right now talking about you can't prove the non-existence of a thing. That claim has long been dispelled. This is a popular atheistic line that you hear on elementary levels, but not sophisticated atheists. They don't make that claim. If you can show that something is a self-contradiction, you can prove the non-existence of a thing. There is no married bachelors. We can also prove that there are no Tyrannosaurus Rexes in the New York Zoo. So, you can prove the non-existence of a thing. The problem is that the rising adjustment in the definition fully changes the meaning as a scapegoat method so that they don't have to provide evidence. Let me explain. Here is the key example. A common phrase modern atheists choose to adapt is either I simply lack a belief in, or there is no need for God.
But Leslie, so you believe there's no God?
I don't even use the word believe. The point is there is
no God.
There's no need for God.
Is there God? Is there God?
It's
what would you
unlikely.
say?
There's no evidence for God.
Okay.
One of Lawrence Krauss's most famous interview, and even Hitchens and Hawking debates, when they debate theists, they even adamantly refrain from using the term God does not exist. Krauss vigorously affirms that there is no need for God. But if you don't pay close attention, you won't realize he avoided the actual question. The question is, does God exist? Atheists will outright refuse to say there is no God because they know that is a positive statement of knowledge. And once they make that claim, they now must provide evidence for that claim. Hawking himself in many conversations has stated, I simply don't see a need for God. We have made leaps and bounds in science, and in more time, we will answer all of life's questions. I addressed this in a previous video, so I won't expound on it here, but I will simply posit, I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. Making that statement is similar to saying that if you give me enough time, I will tell you how I fathered my father. If I simply lack a belief in where the correct definition of an atheist, then a paper, a tree, a star can also be an atheist, because all of those items simply lack a belief in. If you're going to hide behind a statement such as, I do not see a need for God, and can't provide positive evidence for that claim that God does not exist, then the more accurate title to associate yourself with is agnostic, because you simply don't know if God exists. Atheists won't do this because they want to hold on to their prestigious title of atheism. If self-proclaimed atheists were honest, a philosophical position that even science can't explain, if they were being honest, they don't have positive evidence for the non-existence of God, and the correct title that they should place themselves under would be agnostic. Berlinski, an agnostic, is quoted in the book Devil's Delusion. Has anyone provided proof of God's inexistence? Not even close. Has quantum cosmology explained the emergence of the universe or why it is here? Not even close. Have the sciences explained our universe, why our universe seems to be fine-tuned to allow for the existence of life? Not even close. Are physicists and biologists willing to believe anything so long as it is not religious thought? Close enough. Has rationalism and moral thought provided us with an understanding of what is good, what is right, and what is moral? Not close enough. Has secularism in the terrible 20th century been a force for good? Not even close to being close. Is there a narrow and oppressive orthodoxy of thought and opinion within the sciences? Close enough. Does anything in the sciences or in their philosophy justify the claim that religious belief is irrational? Not even in the ballpark. Is scientific atheism a frivolous exercise in intellectual contempt? Dead on. Another ridiculous statement I have heard popular atheists make is, you can be an atheist too. You just go one God further than me. That's like saying, I'm a bachelor. I just go one more marriage further than you. The very foundation of the term atheist is no God, just like the foundation of a bachelor means unmarried. The beautiful thing about belief is you don't have to believe me. You don't. You are entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. That is on you. These episodes are just me conveying why I believe what I believe, and justifying my belief. You're more than welcome to comment your disagreement, but can you justify your beliefs? And this has been another episode of Justified by Score. I hope you appreciate all of them. You are well appreciated. And I look forward, especially in this video, I look forward to your comments. Until next time, Lord willing, peace and grace.